Here's our next problem. We're on section 10.2a part 2. The first thing we're going to do is try to identify our values of a, our b, and our c. Now, even though there's not a number in front of the x squared, there is a minus sign there, and so we have to figure out what our value of a is. I've asked one of our students in algebra to help us. He's in college algebra this year, but we're going to see if he remembers what we do on a parabola. His name's Weedy. Weedy, what's the value of a on this one?
-1.
All right, -1. And the value of b?
4.
And the value of c?
-4.
All right, so we take those three values that Weedy has given us, and we're going to try to find the equation for our axis of symmetry. Remember, that's the opposite of b over 2a. Don't say negative b, say the opposite of b. So let's plug those values in using parentheses. So we're going to put parentheses in there. Now once again, Weedy, what's the value of b?
4.
And the value of a?
-1.
All right, so he's given us those values again. So let's simplify this out. That gives us -4 over -2. And Weedy, remember, a negative divided by a negative is a?
Positive.
So x equals 2. Now, we come back over here. Remember, when you draw your axis, to draw it as a dotted line. It's just a reference line. It's not really part of the problem. Somewhere on that dotted line is our vertex. So, we have half the problem already done. So we're going to look at our vertex, and we're going to use the value 2 that we got from the axis of symmetry to plug into our vertex. So let's write down our equation. -x squared plus 4x minus 4. And in place of that x, let's put a parentheses and insert the value of our x. So, let's plug in the value 2, and we're going to work this one out. Now, Weedy's going to have to be careful here, because he's going to have to remember to square first and then take the opposite of it. So, Weedy, what do we have here?
It's -4.
-4 plus
8
minus
4.
All right, so that means y equals
0.
All right, so Weedy's got it. We're going to put that value of 0 in here, and we're going to plot that point right there. Now, that's on the x-axis, so be careful there. Let's continue going down, and remember our y-intercept point. That's the equation 0, c. So in this case, we have 0, -4. So we go to 0, -4 and go down on our axis. How far away is our point from the dotted line, Weedy?
2.
It's 2 units away. So we're going to go 2 units in the opposite direction and put another point over there. That's the reflected point. We've got 3 points on our graph. Remember, our goal is to have 5 points, and so we're going to have to choose some other values. We've already chosen something in the 0 slot, the 2 slot, and the 4 slot, but the 1 slot and the 3 slot are still open to choose from. It's always nice to choose positive numbers because it makes it easier. So, let's go down to our bottom, and we're going to choose a point. Weedy, would you like to choose either 1 or 3?
We'll choose 1.
He's going to choose 1. Why did you choose that?
Because it's smaller and
Okay.
it's easier.
It's smaller and it's easier. I like both of those answers. So here you see I've inserted the value 1 in parentheses. And so we have -1 plus 4 minus 4. And Weedy, what is our answer?
It's -1.
-1. I hope I'm not going too fast for you. If it is, it's probably Weedy. He's a young, bright boy. So here we go. We're going to take that value of 1, -1, and we're going to plot it on our graph. That gives us 4 points. Do you see the fact that it's only 1 unit away from the axis of symmetry? So let's plot the other side, and then we have our 5th point. Now this graph is going down. I hope you recognize that fact, that it was going down just from the equation at the top. You see this negative sign here? Well, that negative sign is an indication that the graph is going down. As we finish, we're going to take a look at one more problem on the next page about another parabola and a possibility that we